Hey, I'm eating some candied papaya. It's a healthy snack, reasonably healthy, not the healthiest. Okay, you take that with a little coffee in the morning, and then you got a little bit of a thing going there. You got a little bit of something going. So, this is gonna be a brief video. It's gonna be on the idea of balance and why balance is bullshit. In fact, I want to open up a cafe one day, probably. Just one. Maybe in Boston, Massachusetts cafe. Called Balance is Bullshit. It'll be a great, great cafe. Only one location. And I'll probably hire, I'm thinking I'll hire a mix of people. Probably some graduates from the Boston area that are wannabe intellectuals. But I'll also hire some real intellectuals too. And it'll be a very, very cool place. So let's let's talk about balance for a second. It's why it's bullshit. It's bullshit because sometimes in life you don't have many options. You don't have many opportunities to improve yourself. So you need to maybe take them where they come. And saying that I need to be balanced in what I focus on, or balanced on what I care about, or balanced on where I spend my time, or balanced on where I spend my money, balanced on where I spend my energy. Maybe that's a stupid thing to say. Maybe you should say, look, there's this narrow band on which you could go, and once you go down that band, you'll pull other things with you. Examples of that maybe things like health. Maybe you change your life around by improving your health. Maybe your relationship. Finally, you and your wife, you improve your relationship, it improves your family, it improves everything. The way the community sees you, the way you are with the community, your career, it improves those things as well. Maybe it's about an intense focus on money, just getting out of this career rut. Focus, getting out of this rut, get out of this rut, and just a driven focused rut, a driven focus getting out of rut approach. And on that path you bring other things along with you. It improves other things, having more money, having more stability in your life, having more wealth in your life. But again, each one of those, if taken to the extreme, will ruin you as well. So there is a need for balance. There is the necessary drive, that intensity, that obsession has to be attenuated. Attenuation is very, very needed so you don't go overboard, so you don't become the workaholic or the overly sensitive little bitch with the family, or the meathead who doesn't know anything else about the world. So you don't want to be those idiots. You want to be a balanced individual, but that doesn't mean you need to be balanced at any particular time or all the time. We're not built for balance. We're built for short bursts of intense energy and then a lot of relaxation. But those intense bursts of energy they're not made, not at all made to be spread out amongst different things. They're meant to be focused narrowly on one task. One task. That's how our mind is built. And modern research seems to agree with that as well. So that's a little something about balance.